These NYX mutants are going through it. They're dealing with Empath and Hellion. I know it's called himself to Collin. That's Hellion. And they're dealing with Mojo. They're barely operating as a team, and they got a traitor among them. Crazy. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We continue our coverage of NYX with number 4. Our story starts off with Prodigy, and he's going over the different things that's happened in his life recently. How he came a college professor at Empire State University. His students know who he is, and is questioning whether he uses mutant power to just know everything in the textbook, or did he actually read the textbook? Me, I'd have been like, doesn't matter. I know what's in there. You need to know what's in there, so get to reading. And that's why I can never be a college professor to you little soft-ass kids. He's also thinking about his relationship with his boyfriend and how Sophie Cuckoo just keeps being a pain in his ass. All this while he's keeping up a good New York tradition, and that's making graffiti. As he's going back to his apartment, he's also thinking about the things that went wrong with Krakoa. So many things. It was great storytelling. But now we head to his day job as a professor, and he's sitting there having a conversation with, I believe, the dean, and they're talking about actually putting the mutants in their own little separate housing, which he feels like that will be a very bad thing to do. But then Miss Marvel comes barging into his office, pretty much saying that she knows who the Krakoan is, based off of his power set, and also too, based off of this yearbook picture. And Prodigy's like, is that my yearbook picture? She's like, no, I got this from Sophie. But look, see, you guys were all in the same class. The Krakoan is Hellion. Height, weight, power set, and all matches. And he acts like a psychopath. And from what I heard, Hellion act like a little psychopath. So Prodigy's trying to help him out. He's like, look, he might front like he's a psychopath, but he's not a psychopath. Ms. Marvel also shows that even though all of his attacks on the subway seem random, there's a pattern to them. Every time he attacks, a city government official dies. So he makes a lot of noise, but he's also committed quiet assassinations. Every attack creates a big X, and the last place is Times Square. That's where the Krakoan wants to meet Ms. Marvel. So Prodigy's like, you know it's a trap, right? And Ms. Marvel's like, I know it's a trap. That's why I come for you for help. And Prodigy's like, I can't do superhero stuff anymore. I could lose my job. So Ms. Marvel storms out, grabs Sophie. It's like, yep, you're right. He's not helping us. We're on our own. And they head off. So as Ms. Marvel and Sophie Cuckoo are headed to Times Square, I'm sorry, do you see the billboard of Gwenpool? Like, when they gonna bring back Gwenpool? I forgot how that story even ended, but yeah, if you think Deadpool's hard to follow, Gwenpool, oof, crazy. Anyway, the Krakoan, Hellion, is waiting on him. He's like, Miss Marvel, you found my invitation. Good. Now, he's looking like Magneto for a reason. Like, he doesn't have magnetic powers. No, he uses telekinesis. He's really good at telekinesis. That's why he's only picking up like metal pieces, because he wants to look like he's Magneto, but this is not Magneto. This is Hellion. So Ms. Marvel puts down Sophie Cuckoo and lets her know, like, look, you ain't got a front. I know you're setting me up. Like, you conveniently show me the yearbook picture of who Empath is. Like, I got this. You know, all I'm saying is that even though you were told to be my friend, I feel like we are friends. So you need to make a decision. Are you going to go ahead and double cross me just like you were supposed to? Or are you going to join me and help me take this dude down? Let me know. So now we cut to a quiet council hideout. Like, are you serious? Empath and Hellion are calling themselves a quiet council with the other cuckoos? Come on now. That's sad. Immortal X-Men was one of my favorite X-books during the Krakoa era, so for these slapdicks to call themselves a quiet council, that ain't flying with me. The cuckoos are a hive mind, so pretty much they heard everything that Miss Marvel told Sophie. Now, the other cuckoos are Celeste, Irma, Phoebe, and Esne. If there's a main Karen among them, it's definitely Esne. Esne is a Karen. But for them to execute their plan, they still need Sophie. So Sophie progressively agrees, and they tell all the news people to show up to Times Square. So like I said, Hellion is no slouch, and he pretty much puts it on Miss Marvel. He uses his power, he got her all pretty much tied up. He looks at the cameras, And he goes, this world belongs to homo superiors. You have new gods. Man, what a way to fuck up a line. Like, that was one of the coldest things Magneto's ever said. And these dudes are now saying it. I guess I'm just extra salty because we recently covered Hox and Pox. And I'll just do a shameless plug. Link to the full story will be in the description. So Sophie's apologizing to Ms. Marvel, and she's like, look, just let them win and then everything will work itself out. Cuckoos are like, no, you're not letting us do anything. We're winning and there ain't nothing you can do about it. So Hellion slams her down to the ground and Empath is like, and there it is. So everybody's watching it. The Morlocks are watching it. Wolverine's watching it. Ms. Marvel's family's watching it. And they still don't know that she's Ms. Marvel. And Prodigy and his boyfriend's watching it. His boyfriend turns around to say something to him. He's gone. Because he's at Times Square helping Ms. Marvel. So Empath is like, what the hell is this? I thought he was off the table. And the Cuckoos are like, he's off the table. We just got to remind him real quick about what he's about to lose. So they jump into his head and they said, you're about to lose your leadership, your respect, your tenure. So Prodigy's like, it's funny. You guys never showed up to class, especially when you felt like it didn't pertain to you. And you missed one real important class. And he goes, resist. And he kicks them all out of his mind. So now Hellion's like, what do you think you're doing here? You gonna fight me? I'm an Omega level mutant. Man, we just keep coming up with the bull today, don't we? Like I said, Hellion is really strong as far as his telekinesis goes. But Omega level, I think there's a limit to his telekinesis. Like, he's good, but I don't think he's Jean Grey good. So, yeah, I'm going to question that one. Especially the way that Prodigy pretty much takes a grappling hook and takes this dude down in 2.5 seconds. Now, Empath manipulates emotions. So when he goes, oh, I see, I hate you, he could pretty much make people hate Prodigy if he wanted to, but I think he has to be in like a specific area, so he might not be close enough to do it. All I know is that at the end, both Prodigy and Hellion are headed to jail. Prodigy's probably able to get out, but he's pretty much going to get fired from Empire State. And Hellion is headed straight to Grey Malcolm. So if you read the Sentinels book, then you know that prisoners of Grey Malcolm being done dirty. And now Sophie has to go deal with her sister.